Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Ultra hardware number 35594 Double Acting Spring Hinge. This is a black 6-inch spring hinge used for doors that are 1.25 to 1.75 thick. If you've got 1.75 doors, the 6 inches is the size that you need. That's most common. It'll even work for 1 3/8 as well, but at that point you could get away with a 5-inch hinge. It's a double acting spring hinge, a kind of control device that you're going to see hanging a door between a kitchen and a server area in a restaurant. Very common application. You're going to get a tension rod, and that will allow you to set the tension in the 2 tension collars. The pins are already installed for you, and there's tension already set on the spring. So as you insert that and rotate it clockwise, the tension pin will come out and will thankfully not be lost. At that point, you've got no tension on that leaf, so you can go about getting it installed. Same thing on the other side. Okay. Now we've removed both tension pins. Okay. To set that tension, all you do really, again, is just insert your tension rod, rotate it clockwise, and drop the pin into one of the new holes that are revealed. And I'll do that now. Do it on the other side as well. Okay, got our tension set back on there. Now, you're going to want to decide whether or not you're going to mortise the door, the door flange to the edge of the door, or surface mount it. If you mortise it, you'll be able to get away naturally with a tighter tolerance between the edge of the door and the frame. Instructions are included with these, but they're really not much in terms of giving you dimensions of what you're dealing with. You know, depending on if you're going to radius the edge of the door over, you might be able to you know, allow yourself, depends if it's a single or double acting door, but maybe 3/8 of an inch on the lock side, and depending on the margin, whether or not you're going to mortise that leaf. Like I said earlier, if you're going to mortise the leaf, you'll probably be able to get yourself down to about 1/8 of an inch over here. But you'll want to determine that and lay it out as you're installing the hinges. I do have to say it is certainly a nice fit and finish on this hinge. I wouldn't really hesitate to use it as far as I'm concerned. It is a very good hinge at the price point that it deals in, and the black finish is very popular and common, along with the brass finish that's available as well. And Ultra has these in 5-inch and 4-inch sizes as well. Screws are included in a complimentary finish, all wood screws. Referring to the instructions, to apply the hinges is necessary to attach the hinges. To install them, it's necessary to release the tension on the springs, which we just did. Insert the tension rod into the holes. Turn it such that you can remove the tension rivet, they call it. Apply the hinges near the top and bottom of the door. So when you buy one, you're going to get a box of 2. That's how they're sold. They're sold and priced in a box. A box contains 2 hinges. It's very common that you would use 2 hinges on a door, but it's also very common to need a 3rd hinge. You can't buy 3, you've got to buy 2 or 4. That's the bottom line. If you were to need 3 hinges, let's say if your door was over 100 pounds, I would immediately suggest that you buy 3 hinge or 4 hinges. You would put 2 at the top of the door, you know, just a few inches from the top, 3 or 4 or 5 inches, and then the next hinge immediately below it, about a 2-inch space there, and then the 3rd hinge down at the bottom, because all of the weight of the door is up at the top when you're pushing double acting doors past each other. Fit double acting hinge. Fit the door flange into the door so that the shoulder at each end of the flange is flush with the surface of the door. What they're saying is this is the shoulder here, this plate. We're going to remove the tension on that door leaf so we can get a better look at it. Okay. They're saying basically make the shoulder of this flush so that you do end up mortising this leaf per the instructions. Okay, and then at that point your door is going to, basically come flush all the way, literally all the way to the back of the installation. So you would need almost no margin on the hinge side per the instructions. The jam flange is applied to the surface of the door casing, meaning this portion is attached to the cased opening frame. The door must be located midway between the axial centers of the double acting hinge. What they're saying is the distance between the center line here and here, the door's got to be right in the center of those two. The center of the door's got to be the center line of the hinge. That certainly makes sense. It is necessary that the hinges be applied on a door in axial alignment with each other. Sure. Something tells me that these instructions were literally translated axial alignment. Your hinges have to be plumb, is what that means. With the door in the closed position, apply equal tension to the springs by turning the tension lug away from the edge of the flange, clockwise, which contacts the tension rivet. Then insert the tension rivet and the recoil of the spring will contact it with the flange. Okay. Be sure to turn the tension lug in the correct direction, clockwise. Okay. And that's pretty much it. If you're going to radius your door edge over, you could probably get down to about 1/8 of an inch. Otherwise, leave yourself a good 3/8. Mortise or not, keep in mind that this margin over here will be very small if you're mortising it. Probably less than 1/8 of an inch. A 1/16 would suffice. Otherwise, you'll need to allow the dimension from the face of the face of the flange here down to the bottom. It's approximately a 1/4 inch. If you have any questions on the Ultra hardware number 35594, 6-inch black double acting spring hinge, or any other Ultra products, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.